Well, greetings. All right, this is a little bit different. This is going to be uploaded, streamed later tonight at 11 o'clock. So today's day is January 11th, January 18th, 2019. January 18th, 2019. All right. Yeah, this is going to be streamed. I'm doing another session with Neutron. But I wanted to upload something of new discoveries. All right, of course, I already forgot what I was going to call this, but dark entities and serve a higher purpose, but it also has Atlantean connection. So what I received today is basically like where dark entities is, some of this will work with, some others, but a demon energy is demons are its knowledge. It's like forbidden knowledge, hidden knowledge. So the demon energy, you remove the negativity. What do you receive? You receive something different. So I'm not going to go into full detail here because I can't remember everything. I'm not an expert, but this is in my discoveries, my channel discoveries. Take it with a grain of salt, but then again, some of this will probably make some sense. Basically, what I received now, Earth, yes, comes from another universe. Atlantis was in a higher dimension, obviously. And you can take, technically, this is like the fallen angel dimension that we're in, or the ghost dimension of the higher dimensions. It's at that time at least. So, and it does kind of, sometimes you gotta wonder, it's like, are we alive or are we not? What's going on here? So it's kind of like a ghost dimension in some regard. What I received is, once again, you have a demonic energy. Remove the negativity, because the negativity is like a booby trap. It's like, we have higher knowledge and you guys can't handle it, can you? Or we're protecting it from you. There's other ways of looking at it. Some people do commit suicide to get that knowledge. We're technically always connected to this knowledge in some shape or form just by being on this world. But some feel that suicide is another way to access it. In some ways they do, but they pay for it big time. So to look at it from a different point of view, and they suffer for a long time. Now, you can't access this information, or you can see it, but to actually be able to live it, to have it, you have to come to worlds like this one, or world in general. But for example, our world, you have to incarnate here to get the knowledge. You can read a book all you want, but to experience, you got to jump into it, and that's why we're here, to access higher knowledge. So what's that higher knowledge? Well, obviously others are going to access different points of view of it. And you can't make everybody happy. But basically what I received in the ancient times, Atlantis is full, going on, everything was fine, or whatever it was, super high intelligence. It was in another universe, though. It was not here. And then what happened, other higher dimensional beings came to Earth, incarnated as Atlanteans, but still retained their knowledge. They're like super advanced beings. And the Atlanteans wanted to access that information. It's like, you can, but you got to go through hell. We got to beat the crap out of you to get it. Kind of like this world in some regard. They beat the shit out of them, basically. So what I felt is that there was a small group of Atlanteans that wanted this power, high power. I'll go into what kind of high power it is, because they gave you some of a glimpse of it at least. And others can see it too. You can see it all you want. Accessing is a different meaning. Experiencing is another story. But these small group of Atlanteans, it wasn't for ego or anything like that. It was just they wanted to experience this, because it was like, wow, you guys are super powerful. So they went through whatever it was. They went through hell, basically. and they got the information, they got the power of it. It was just like amazing. The power of it, from what I picked up on, I remember I got a glimpse of it. I have no idea. I didn't actually experience it, but I got to, there's only so much one can handle, at least at this dimension. But like I said, this is a small part. What I felt is, and this sort of came through after all this, sort of gave me an idea of what this power is. To be able to move planets with your mind, destroy planets with your mind. Of course, obviously, that's not something that they do, but you can do it. And you just have power. I mean, just immense power. Okay, that's just an example of what they can do. They can do other stuff, obviously. I mean, like, you already felt like Atlanteans are pretty powerful. This is like 10 times more powerful. And you can say that other Atlanteans wanted this knowledge, but they didn't want to go through all the crap to get it. So there was a war, which I believe was the first war. And a first war that caused a lot of death. But you can say also, I got a different perspective, is that this is like too much power. And so it had to be like shut down or whatever it was. It was just like, it wasn't that the story goes that Atlantis had too much power and they destroyed the planet. They couldn't handle it, blah, blah, blah. That, not really. It's just they accessed so much power that they had to bury it, basically, for various reasons. You say some accessed it and were very vicious, but then again, they were vicious to others. I just wanted it handed to them. But also others felt like this is too much power for a world like this, or this is just too much power too soon. Okay, get that way. So it's just, it had to be, discarded in certain ways. So, like I said, there's still a lot of beings that wanted this power and didn't have to do anything to get it. They just wanted it. Just give it to us. And so that kind of what I understand is like a version of it. What happens is they just I can't remember exactly what it was, but they kind of they said, hell no, war started, as they said, and it just sort of turned this world into a hellhole, basically, as it is today, a cesspool, and just a lot of people access it. It had a better wording of it earlier. I can't remember what it was, but it's like they turned the earth into a hellhole, basically, because of the wars. There was a whole lot of wars during ancient times. So they do feel atomic energies here. It's like, wait a minute, this has happened here before, didn't it? And it did. And realize this is still half the power of what the other beings are capable of. Below the place of smithereens, they're definitely capable of that. So it wasn't, it just, you can say the beings that wanted it without, they wanted it without doing anything, kind of ruined it for everybody, is what I received. So they had to like bury this information, turn it into a hellhole. It's like, you want this information, you have to access it in your own right through the demonic energies. Now the demonic energies is like not really a demonic energy. It is. Demons are more like protectors of higher knowledge. So all the knowledge is within the demon beings, basically. Now I also got, there's two different types of demons, which people are probably like, yeah, that makes sense. A positive demon, which can be the worst thing you can ever connect with. A negative being, a negative demon is, yes, pretty bad. But a positive one is like where you go where everything's perfect. And it's like, wow, this is like so perfect it's evil. That kind. And it's like more vicious than negative being can ever be. Well, at least in their attacks, let's put it that way. And what comes to mind? Churches, religion, there's other ways. But this higher knowledge it's everywhere. So it's just protected by demonic beings, meaning it's like a trap. When I was connecting to this too, it's like I said, remove the negativity, you receive something else. It's like, wow, there's something else going on. There's more knowledge here. It's like a high almost. So it's everywhere. So why do people go like eat at McDonald's and shit? in some ways, they're kind of accessing that stuff. They're accessing higher power. And you're accessing garbage, maybe, but you're also accessing the knowledge that's within it. I know it sounds weird, but it's like you're turning your body into like a cesspool itself by eating like McDonald's, for example. Stuff like that to access the knowledge this Earth has. And yeah, this Earth ascends faster than others. It has a lot of stuff, but it's like, yes, it's super dark. Well, it's like the superpower that's there was all shut down, but glossed in with darkness, you can say. So you can't ascend faster. So you are actually accessing it. And so everyone's accessing it in different levels. And it all comes down to power. Look at the politicians. Look at Nancy Pelosi, for example. She's a multimillionaire. Doesn't have to work. You can do other stuff. What the hell are you in government? Power. So it all comes down to power in the long run. The Illuminati, power. Do they have access of all this? I don't think they do. I don't think they can handle it. I don't know if anybody can. But this is kind of like an Indiana Jones type of thing too. It's just that we're all kind of archaeologists in our own regard, accessing hidden information. We don't know the mysteries of life. It's different levels of it. It's power. There's different type of power levels. It's all in different types. It's all over the place. And you go through it living darkness. You get a part of that knowledge by living, a hellish life, basically. To go through. It's like, if you want this information, you got to go through hell to get it. I think that was what it's like. You want this information? We're going to make this will help it. You want it? You have to go through this to get it, just like what we had to go. That was it. That was what I was trying to get. It's like, you want all this high power? You want all this shit? We're going to turn this world into a wasteland. You can access it. You can go through what we went through. I don't know what the hell they went through, but I don't think it's all that much different than this. So remember that dimension everyone doesn't want anything to do with? Well, that's where it's all going to be. Here you are. So it's another way of looking at it. Obviously, it was a smidge of what's out there. And that was healing. That's what I don't want to say healing, but clearing out demonic fears. And it's like, this is what I got. So it makes a lot of sense. Now, as high-powered beings, once again, from another universe, so this world, you can say, it was kicked out of another universe. Once it went into the phase it is now, it was brought here. What a perfect place. It's like the slums. And other people that say that this is, these are just children here and all that. Yes and no. Yes and no. You can say it's kind of like a cover. It's like, these are just a bunch of idiots here, basically. Far from it. It's like a lot of souls will not incarnate on this world because it's just a nightmare planet. So when you understand, it's like, I'm here for higher knowledge. It's not just for lessons. There's more to it than that. What the hell it is, I don't know. Like I said, like I gave you kind of a glimpse of it. It's like superpower energy. It's like freaking insane. So you're getting a little bit of it, but you got to go to hell to get it. So when you look at it that way, it's like, I can endure this. Isn't life endurance? It's like, you got to just get through it, right? Even if you're like losing your mind. It's like, there's a lot of layers to this world. It's like, look at how this world operates. It wants to kill you. It does not want you here. Look at it from a different point of view. It's like, you want this knowledge, you want this power. We're going to beat the shit out of you for it. And technically they do. They don't make it easy. Everything's kind of, it's like, this place is, has some great parts to it. Now some freaking disgusting parts of it. That's most of it. And that's the other thing. There's a lot of stuff here. I'll do a channel text on this down the road, or I'll just transcribe this. It's heavy stuff. When you think about it, and it all kind of makes sense. There's more to it. There's always more. But let me tell you, I think this is a big piece of the puzzle. Of course, now I just forgot what I was about to say. Figures. Oh yeah, that's right. Um, you have to go through to when you see those of high wealth. Notice how there's a few of those. It's like that's not really how you access this information. It's like a false idol. It's like it's better to be poor and in the slums. It's like it's better to sleep on the floor than to live in luxury. Now, there's nothing wrong with luxury to an extent. It's like sometimes you just need a freaking sleep center. It's not the floor every once in a while. But you wonder why so many here, yeah, is poverty. Poverty is huge here, as you can see. You don't have to go far. So you're accessing more of the information here than others are. It's like you kind of, once again, you have to go through hell to access this stuff. Of course, there's only so much hell one can handle after a while. But some just say, the hell with it, I'm going to endure it. And you wonder why somebody put up with it. They destroy their freaking lives, and they make life worse and worse and worse because they're accessing. I don't know what the hell they're accessing, but they're accessing higher knowledge. Whatever the hell it is. In the spirit world, that's for sure. Here is not so clear. But then again, maybe it will be. Yeah, you gotta heal the fear with demonic beings. You gotta heal that fear and just remove the demonic energies, because it's just a scare tactic. It's like you cannot be scared of these beings. They're everywhere. You heal them. You heal that fear you have. Let's put it that way. And you might pick up something that's like, whoa, this is something else going on here. So that's how it works. Now, some can be super arrogant and be kind of, a nightmare to be around. There's a lot of that going on. I'm still exploring a lot of this, but some have been into the dark dimensions and they've become arrogant and they're like impossible to be around. You see some of that in the spiritual community, and to some degree, at least one of them I know. I'm going to go into that tonight through Neutron's session. So some can become, I want to say some become so arrogant. It's like it's disgusting to be around them. So once again, their heads go way up their ass, and it's just like, wow, right? So I want to put that out there because it can get really kind of toxic with some of this type of information. So there's all ways of looking at it. So you want to heal demonic attacks and all of that. Now some already have this information, and some of the beings, why you get attacked is because the beings are like, what the hell are you doing with that information? It's going to kick your ass. They make your life hell because they see it, you don't. So you have certain, like I say, higher knowledge that other beings are trying to access it. That's why some people do get attacked by dark beings here and there. So it's another way of looking at it. So I believe this is a major piece of the puzzle for sure. You got to heal the fear of demonic beings and just look at things a different way. Now, understand this is going to be a small percent of people are going to be doing that. Now, other people have been doing it. And I have to a certain degree, but it's not something I think about very often. I haven't met a demon I liked. Let's put it that way. And it's like the way I see some of these demonic beings I've connected to, it's like, wow, that's sad. It's like, I haven't met him. It was like, wow, I'm learning a lot from you, and I'm glad I met you. Yeah, I did get possessed. I had a demonic being, a dark entity attached to me since I was a kid. I got rid of it in like 2014. And I had another one attached at the same time. I was at a psychic circle, and I had that other being already attached to me. I had no idea about it. I was a psychic circle, and there was a being there, a demonic one, that was trying to get me. And the teacher there saw that, felt it. Everyone felt something was there. And it was always trying to come after me for some reason. I did have something attached to me at the time too. Another one. So they're out to they're out to kill you basically. Yeah. Some are. Yeah. They want you dead basically. You can say they don't want you revealing this stuff, whatever it might be. Oh yeah. When I got rid of these things, that's why I light the candles. You do a meditation. You go into your meditation. You see darkness. You bring light to it. It's that simple for some. I got rid of it, and I saw this being when I removed that dark being that's been attached to me since I was a kid. I saw it. It was looking at me like it was my dad. What the fuck is that? And I had another one that attached to me. I heard it speak, and I sounded like a creature. I was like, I know how these things operate. It's like, I know it sounded bad having a being attached to you and talk to you, but you warn a lot of shit. Actually, that's the third one that attached itself to me. Jeez. I can't keep track. As I was glad it happened because I learned a lot from it. I know it's spooky as hell, but I learned a lot from it. It's like, I didn't know these things existed. It's like, I'm hearing the damn thing talk, and it looks like a creature from freaking TV. It's like, that stuff's real. Yeah, it was really demonic and was to hurt people and stuff like that. Got rid of that, spooked the shit out of me when I heard it speak. It's like, something's talking, it's stuck on, it's attached to me. It's like, that scared the shit out of me. So I got rid of that, and I got rid of another one. I got rid of 3 of them, basically. So I had 3 of them on me at once. No, I had 2, always 2 at once. Not anymore. I got that all figured out now. But yeah, it's scary shit, but it's the real world. You know, try putting this on CNN and Fox News and all that. Well, they're hiding a lot of it too. Look how bad the world is, blah, blah, blah. There's another way of looking at the world. And I believe a lot of this is going to start unraveling over time for us to be healed. So, all right, that's the data for today. So that's about all I got. So much love, everyone. Blessings to all of you. For those that are new to all this, I was going to I'll do this anyway. Screw it. As I've been told, I come here private sessions throughout the week. Private sessions. We have learn how to channel and be bizarre. We have Google Hangouts, Zoom, and channeling by phone. And I'm on Thursday right now for questions. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to do that. So, so not to scare anybody or anything like that. I hope I'm intriguing many for awakening to open up more doors. That's what this is about. It's not about scaring anybody. It's not about possessing anybody. It's about going to the next level of understanding consciousness. And it's messed up. It's awesome. It's messed up. It's hard. It's hell. But there is a silver lining to all this. Is just finding it. Like I said, the way I got into this whole direction, it just gave me a message to talk about this stuff. So I talked about, the other day about suicides are turned into demonic beings, and now here we are hugging demonic beings. Nothing wrong with that, but I'm getting more information about it. So I'm going to continue in this direction. Hug a demon, hug them, thank them. Is one. I mean, nothing else is working. Being mad doesn't work. It's not working so far. So if you want to unlock your planet, this is one of the directions to do it. All right, take care, everyone. Blessings. Thank you for your support. Much love, and keep on connecting.